you getting your kids for Christmas?
Oh my gosh, what am I getting? Oh, so my wife actually wants me to get my youngest daughter, Addie,
Yes.
an iPad.
Okay, so funny. We're talking about the same thing for my son, but the iPad, the Kindle Fire. Our kids,
Oh,
the
that's
youngest,
funny.
was the same age.
Okay, so
but
here's-
you're Apple fanboy, so it makes sense.
And this is how it came across. So here at Wine 360, we are rather frugal.
That's
our,
right.
Like,
That's right.
when
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an understatement, right?
Yeah, that's
like if
right.
I were to turn this around and you were to see our studio,
Yeah.
like we're frugal, right? We do a
Yeah,
lot.
Les
with a
Bradford
little, right?
and Brett Mims lead us well. In
So
that regard.
Les Bradford posted. Anyway, this is what I was trying to say. At Generate, we have iPads to help facilitate transactions or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to keep them afterwards, so
Yeah.
we buy them and then sell them at a discount.
That's right.
Like depreciation.
Yeah.
So Jen saw Les post.
So Maddie's going to generate an iPad? Or not Maddie, no,
Addie, that's the
It's
problem.
good.
So Jen's like, maybe you should go talk to Les and like buy the iPad. And I want to be like, well, I already missed the boat. And then I was thinking, ooh, maybe I personally can get it less because now
You're not going to do the whole give her your old one, are you? That's what I do, classic. I get a new phone. Yeah, we're bad parents.
All right.
It's Christmas. It's retreat season is upon
is,
us, right?
it is.
Like people are starting to lean into whether you call it D-Now or winter retreat or weekend retreat, like we're happening right now. It's happening in that moment. We use a phrase around here a lot where we talk about an event as a launch pad. And I don't know that we've ever unpacked that.
Launch
With
pad.
what we mean. Yeah, like make your event a launch pad. The opposite of that would be a mountaintop
Like
event.
space shuttle launch.
That's
pad.
right, like a space shuttle, like see this rocket ship.
I thought you were going to use your water bottle. I'm like, shh.
We got to unpack a little bit because mountaintop experiences in the Bible are amazing. That's where we meet
Correct.
God, right?
Yep,
yeah,
of
like we're
course.
up on the mountain and we meet. The problem when that comes to retreats is if you have if you think about your retreat as this mountaintop weekend, then on Monday where are they? In the valley, baby. They're off. We're kicking them off the mountain. And we want to begin to reframe the way we think about our retreats and see them as launch pads.
So something that came to mind for me is if we look at it as the retreat, is it a party?
Yeah.
Or is it a launch pad, right? The mountaintop. Like for a party, I work and I do all my hard work and I get everything
right.
planned and we have the event and then everyone goes home and that was it.
And you
And we
did it.
talk about what a great
Yeah, it was a
party
great
it was.
party.
But there's nothing lasting. You're talking about a
Yeah.
launch pad.
Yeah, and so to me, there's like we can begin to see our retreats as this ignition moment that ignites this liftoff, right? It's all
That's
that
really what we want anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. We all want that, but
Yeah.
if we can reframe our thinking going into it, then we can achieve the results we want. To where the change that comes out of that event is weeks long, right?
Yeah,
They're
that's good.
leaning into it.
That's good.
Because we've used the event as a launch pad. So how do we do this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One of the main ways is that we talked about building this ramp to your event. So think about the ramp to a space shuttle launch. Do they do the space shuttle anymore?
No.
I don't know they do.
No,
Space
SpaceX.
Force. SpaceX, right?
Well, come on now.
The Space Force is pretty funny. But like in my mind, I still see the old Apollo rocket 'cause it's just that heart of it.
Yeah.
But like you think about all it took to build that rocket ship, and even the astronauts, we see that picture of them kind of walking around.
Yep.
It's that long ramp to the launch, and we do that by using our Wednesday nights, maybe or whatever your midweek service is, to like build into that theme. You know,
Yeah.
you're taking 2 or 3 weeks before. The youth pastors that we work with, who are best at what they do,
Yeah.
are building to that event with 2 or 3 weeks out, where you're using your midweek content time to set the stage for what you're
And this
what's
can
gonna
even be
happen.
done to ramp for registration or for
Yeah,
communication
that's
to
right.
parents. So it isn't just like, hey, we're doing Redefined, we're doing,
Yeah.
but it's Redefined is going to do this for your students. Please register today. So
That's right.
you can really get this going.
That's
and
right.
I would submit that, man, it's like 4, 5, 6 months, not
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
Devotional content, any kind of content where you're, again, building that ramp to what they're going to be learning in their small group time and from the stage at your retreat. You're already planting the seeds of that from a content perspective. What about the way we use our voice at the event? We were talking. I think there's a way, even how we posture ourselves and the
Yeah.
language we use while we're on retreat. If we're not careful, we can kind of make it all about what's happening there and not about what's coming.
That's right.
You used an analogy that clarified that for me.
Yeah, just the first thing that came to mind was a marriage ceremony, right? The marriage ceremony isn't about, it's not from all the days that you knew each other leading up until this moment and
That's
it
right.
ends at the end of the ceremony. Do you promise,
that's
right?
right, yeah.
It's all about the launch pad to, a wedding is all about forward thinking, right?
All the language is
Totally, from
till
this
death,
day forward,
this day
yeah.
forward until death
Yeah.
do we part, and
Yeah.
so it's even the language we use at that retreat. If we're not careful,
Yeah.
it almost becomes like We're circling the wagons.
It's the party. It's
Yeah,
this.
and we're-
It's
yeah,
this.
that's right.
Here, and so what I hear you saying again is the launch pad mentality versus the mountaintop. It's some
That's
subtle
right.
tweaks
Yeah.
that we can make that allows it to be a launching pad.
That's right.
For students to have ultimate transformation.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me, the biggest thing that we've tried to be really intentional about as we build our line event resources, and regardless of what curriculum you use or anything for
Yeah.
your weekend event,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
thinking about what's happening. How are you building on that theme once you leave? We do a follow-up journal,
Yeah.
which is 4 weeks of content that's in that theme, right? Follow-up content. Regardless, how you build launchpad events is your follow-up.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
your Wednesday nights as well, or your midweek service, or maybe even your Sunday mornings, right? You're bringing everything back to what you talked about theme-wise at that event, and you're planting the seeds for continuing transformation.
And we see this in many other areas of
Yeah.
our life, is the concept of a concept will be given to us, the overarching, and then we're going to flesh it out over time.
That's right.
So
That's
we
right.
played sports, we see it, coach will tell you this is what we're going to do. In football, you're going to tackle this way, now let's do
Yeah.
it. And then
Yeah,
you spend
yeah.
the next 3 hours,
That's right,
or
doing it.
sometimes
That's right.
3 times a day in the summer,
That's right.
focusing on, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
In Scripture, the follow-up journal is one great example of that. It doesn't need to be, it doesn't end here, but how does it transform your life going
Yeah,
on?
and to me, just that forward thing, like I'm thinking as you're talking about, we put so much into these retreats. Like you
Yeah.
were saying, at registration, and
Yeah.
and if we're really dialed in and we have the resources, not everybody does, but we're doing promo videos.
Yeah.
And we're doing like all these, and then like the event happens. How weird is it? We just move on. We just move on to the next thing, you know?
And I would even say churches with resources, that's one thing, like
Yeah.
event resources by YM360, is we give you all of that.
Yeah, we
stuff.
give you your promo videos and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think to me, it's just to us, right? As we talk about it and we talk with youth workers, it's a different level of intentionality.
Totally.
It's a slight way of really reframing your
Reframing.
thinking.
Yeah, that's
that's
so
right.
good.
You're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, that's so good.
But it's
That's so
going
good.
into it with a forward-thinking mindset to really turn that event into something that has long legs
Yeah.
after that event.
Yeah. Let me say this. We are passionate about assisting you with events.
Yeah.
So if you have an event that is coming up in this next season, there's a dedicated team member here at YM360. Her name is Anna, and she loves to connect with
great.
youth workers like you to figure out the right theme and the right process. She's like an encyclopedia.
She is. Of all things event
I was
resources.
going to say Wikipedia, but that would be too cool. I'm still.
I said the word
a little
encyclopedia to my children the other day, and I had to explain what it was. I felt very old.
There you go. If you need anything, we are here for you. Connect with Anna. Let us know what you think. What are the things that you do to make it a launch pad experience versus a mountaintop one-time thing? See you later.